First of all, to gain blessing from God, we start this class with basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. May God bless us all today and ahead. Okay, and the second, the main session, we will listen to the class material from our speaker, Professor and Doctor. Please, the mic is yours.
All right, thank you, Lutfi. Thank you, all participants. Now counting 29. With me now today is a young colleague of mine. His name is Dr. Rafiq. Okay. Dr. Rafiq is from graduate PhD from UKM, Lestari. So he just joined us about a semester.
June last year.
Oh, June. Okay, more than 2 semesters. Almost 2 semesters. Okay, he will assist me. Thank you. All right. With me today also lecturers from campus Kuala Lumpur in UKM from Kuala Lumpur. They are Dr. Rohaya and Dr. Wanuru. So I would like Dr. Rohaya and Wanuru introduce yourself first to the audience. Participants.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Ramadan. My name is Rohaya. I'm from UTM Kuala Lumpur, Razak Faculty of Technology and Informatics. Thank you.
Dr. Wanuru. Dr. Wan.
Dengar? Assalamualaikum. Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Nurul Mardia, Wan Mamarani. I'm also from Razak Faculty of Technology and Informatics, Kuala Lumpur. And my background is on town planning, urban studies.
All right, thank you.
All right.
So Dr. Rohaya is urban design and town planning is urban connecting with Dr. Nurul. Okay. The reasons that I invite both of them is for them to share their knowledge with us, and also would like to bring that into the network of my University Research Group so that they'll be able to share the knowledge with our counterparts from Indonesia. Dr. Rohaya presented a lecture last week to Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, and Dr. Nurul will follow soon. All right, thank you for coming. All right, so let us begin our session today. Okay, can you pin my here? Lutfi, can you pin my board? Can you pin it? How do you pin it? Oh, yeah. Pin. Okay. Okay, can you all see me well here, right?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to share the knowledge of what actually is literature review with example that I got, recent example that is from my student, as well as students that from other universities for which that I become their external supervisor, or they ask me many times upon their methods of PhD inquiry. So let us look at one topic here, all right? So I like one other participant to read this topic. Can one participant read this topic? Participant. Novita, can you read this topic? I can hear you.
Prof, screen blur sikit lah, Prof.
Huh?
Screen a bit blurrish.
Blurrish, yeah.
Dia blur sikit. Dia macam pecah-pecah.
What happened? Mine is so clear over here. Really?
But we can still read, tapi kita kena kecilkan mata sikit.
But here is so clear at my side.
I don't know whether it's just my screen, other people punya screen tu.
How about others, Rohaya?
Dia blur sikit, Prof. Blur.
Alright, okay.
Hold on.
Kena fokuskan sikit.
Dah fokus dah ni.
Oh ya ke?
Yes,
Is it okay now?
yes, it's okay.
Huh?
No.
It's not okay.
Now, okay.
Yes sir, now okay.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. So, can one other participant read this topic of research PhD? There are 35 participants. Please read it. I want a two-way street here. It cannot be just one for me. It will be very tiring for me if you don't respond. Guys, ladies, Novita, read this.
Climate responsive urban landscape. Running a simulation data driven analytic design and decision making process for IPOF Malaysia.
Okay, thank you. Now I'd like to ask you all, okay, other students too, what is the subject of this topic? We start with topic first. What is subject?
Climate responsive.
Climate responsive, right? This one, right? Correct?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. All right. So next is what actually the things that this topic is looking at. So it's about from here to here is the subject, right? Okay. But then this topic, there is a subtopic, a simulation data-driven analytic design and decision-making process for people research. So this research is about urban landscape planning. But this topic is looking at how does the urban design contain or leads to or connected to climate responsive. How to do that? You're using simulation. Then it has to be analytic. Then it's changed to design and how does it turn to decision making, right? And where this thing happening? Location, it is located in a city, Ipoh, in Malaysia. All right. So now let us look at what things from this topic alone, what are the words, keywords from this topic that you will go to search from the literature, the pool of literature that you get from either Taylor and Francis, Elsevier, Sage, Emerald, Cambridge, and so forth, right? All those publishers, right? So what are the topics? What are the keywords? Can you all name one keyword from this topic? Think. One keyword, if you are shy to present it, you put in the chat right now. Okay. One keyword. Right, quick. Okay. No, not data driven. I don't want the keyword that you get from here. I want a keyword that this word would tell you what other words. If data driven, that standard one student can mention that. What other words from here? What can it infer? Yeah. One word, quick. Urban design. All right. Okay. Urban design. So it's urban, right? Thank you. Another word? Thank you. Next. Can I get cooperation from others? You need to cooperate. If not, this lecture will be tough for me. Climate change. Yeah, I love that. Climate change is true. This word climate change happens to be in the first sentence of the thesis. Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's good. Next, decision making. That is already here. I think you are not listening here. Data modeling. Yes, data modeling. Okay, let me look at that. Data modeling. Yes. Thank you. Hold on. This modeling, this one is method. This one will be the fundamental. You see, this is fundamental. This is method. This one is more towards planning and implication. Okay, more words. Quick. Design procedure, no, it's not involved in this because I read the thesis. Next, more words. I'm looking for one important word, which is the parameter of the study. Planning is too general, no. There's one word. If you happen to walk, okay, I give you a hint. If you happen to walk in cities in Malaysia, you feel very warm and you sweat. What words that relates to this? Simulation data, that is right. Not that thing I'm looking for. I want to go to fundamental first. Come on. This is how you start to search for literature. Yeah, references. Environmental, no. Environmental is adjective. Who's that guy? Nur Lain, Nadira. Environmental is adjective. You shouldn't put environmental, you should put environment. Environmental of what? Yeah, you need a noun after that. Come on. Hey, today is Ramadan. Come on. I cannot drink water here. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I like that word. Here come comfort. Yep. Actually, this research, the main parameters is thermal comfort. When we look at thermal comfort, who is feeling or who does this design address to who? People that walk. All right. So when it's about walking, then it points to street network. Okay, guys. Now let me explain why I come up with this topic. This topic is a thesis by one of my former students, who she is studying at Shibaura Institute of Technology in Tokyo. SIT is like MIT in Japan. If you come from this university, you considered as a smart student, because many of students that graduates from this ministry are very brilliant today. All right? And the facility that she used are not available at UTM. She started a research with me for more than one semester. Fortunately, she received a scholarship from this ministry, SIT. Then she moved to SIT. Now she is about to defend her thesis. So why I come with this? So what you see actually is happening now. This is not a past study. This is happening now, present, right? Therefore, climate responsive in urban planning is a common, popular topic. Therefore, when you like to study, it is a good mode to find a popular topic. Why? There are so many references. And you can easily see what you can easily construct your research gap. Okay? Therefore, in this case, one of the things that when you talk about urban development is about climate change. This is part of SDG 11, right? So therefore, with that, you go down further, narrowed, then you go to thermal comfort. And thermal comfort will point to people that present themselves walking in the streets of the urban area. Okay. Here, the urban is a city, one of all cities in Malaysia people, for which that the city is being comprised of old town and new town. Therefore, this student, Teo Mei Yi, decided to examine, to investigate, look at the word, right? To investigate you better watch out my vocabulary here, right? To investigate the thermal comfort when people walk, compare it in the old town with the new town. Why? The street system and the amount of greenery in the old town differs from the new town. Meaning that she only looked at one town or one city, Kota, and then she only looked at streets in the old town and new town. Therefore, she doesn't have to look at the whole city. This is a part of the research construct that when you do research, these are things that you're going to experience. All right? Therefore, how to prepare the research construct? It begins with literature review. Okay? All right. Now, I like Lucy to paste, to post the first short paragraph that I sent to you to your WhatsApp before I came an hour ago. Can you post it now? You cut it and you post in the chat. Are you with us, Lutfi? Lutfi? Not here. No. I don't think you listen to me well here. Lutfi, not this. Lutfi. Never mind. Okay. I don't think you listen to me well. Lutfi, postkan can you go this one? Yeah, we'll go for another one. Yeah. Go look the and below agak tu. This one. Okay. This one. Go down. Okay, you cut this one. Yeah, this one. Atas. Okay, this one. Yeah. And post and check. Okay. Can someone read this paragraph, short paragraph? Can someone? I like participation. Guys,
May I
please. No, I don't want you to read it. I want others.
Okay, Prof, let me read.
Yeah, go ahead, Nabiha.
A literature review is a debate, not an annotated bibliography.
Okay, hold on. There are two
Okay.
words here, the vocabulary here. Literature review versus annotated bibliography. So I want you all to really, what happened? Okay, all right. Okay, never mind. All right, here. I want you all to really differentiate between annotated bibliography and literature review. Why this is a concern? I have seen so many theses presented in a Viva for which that the thesis actually in chapter 2 is not a literature review, but actually is annotated bibliography. You can pass that if you are in UTM, but if you are at National University of Singapore, which I used to teach there at least 9 months, or at Seoul National University, which I go there almost every year, except last 2 years. If you do that, the thesis cannot even go for Viva because it's not a literature review. So today, we're going to learn that, what actually is literature review. Okay? Can you continue, read, Nadia?
Okay, Prof. It is a narrative on paraphrasing the findings of a study of your research subject.
So another word here, paraphrasing. When you paraphrase, meaning that you cannot do cut and paste. Correct? Paraphrasing is your own word on the idea that you get from others in your literature review. Correct? Dr. Rohaya, do you like to add what is paraphrasing?
Paraphrasing is actually wherever that you get from your literature review, you summarize it with your own understanding and write it.
Yes. A better word, I like to use the word your own sense, your own word, rather than understanding. Okay? Okay, Dr. Nurul, what is paraphrasing in your own mind?
Paraphrasing, for example, you have several references, and then one way for you to do the paraphrasing is that you understand the context of the idea behind, and then you gather the references, several authors, for example, and then from there you discuss, and maybe you can put in your point of view.
Yeah.
And another way is to critique as well.
Yeah.
Basically, to critique the statement, and then you insert your point of view, like Dr. Rahaya mentioned.
This is important here. The point to critique. This is what you have seen others, you display in your own words. Okay, you write in your own words. But at the end of that paragraph, you critique it. How does it link to your work? This is called literature review. If you face narration from A literature, then the second sentence from B literature, and so on, that is called annotated bibliography. That is not scientific document. That is not a scientific process. Because why? That is cut and paste. That is not science. Okay? All right. Can you read further, Nabiha?
Okay, Prof. Then you relate it to other findings, either in consonance or in contrast.
Here. Okay, now I'd like to call Dr. Wan. What do you mean by consonant here, Dr. Wan? Or in contrast?
Okay, here whether you need to look into whether you agree or you disagree or you have another opinion on that.
Yeah, yes, that's the thing. We must brave enough right from literature review telling that you can in contrast what has been displayed, what has been done. So that will lead also to your research gap, right? Yeah, this is where the literature review comes. All right, next, we'll continue, Nabiha.
Finally, you situate your research inquiry with them.
Yes. Then?
To situate, you can pose a question on how your deduction from your review can fit into your inquiry.
Yes. Sometimes when you have inquiry, you pose research question. This is the role of research question. Research question doesn't only stay in chapter 1, right, in the background. Research question can be posted in chapter 2, your literature review. Is that correct, Dr. Rahaya?
Yes, Prof.
Yeah. So you need to link. Yeah, you can post research question. That's the reason for why you need research question. Okay. So this material that you have seen on Content Literature Review being just now for which I sent it to Lucy an hour before this presentation. All these are from my research group, which I post it almost every day in my research group Facebook. So for you all who are going to study later for PhD, it is good that to find a supervisor who are active in collecting students' ideas and bring students together in a group, whether one by one to vision. All right? Okay, thank you. Now, Lucy, we begin with our slide of our lecture today. Okay?
Wait a minute, Prof.
Okay. All right. This is the second lecture from the series that my group, my university group, present to you all, hosted by the Institute Family Sumatera in London. The next slide. All right. So again here, we really need to see what is actually the role of literature review. The literature review is a discursive prose that eventually become the denominator of research inquiry. All right. Discursive prose means that you got to see from a plethora of literature, right? Then you would select those literature that are fit into your research inquiry. Okay, let me come to example here. Can someone can the host pin to my whiteboard here? Okay. All right. So I'm going to erase this. All right. Perhaps can you take a photo of this? Rafiq is going to take the photo.
You mean using my phone?
Yeah. Okay. Come closer. Okay, guys, I'd like to bring you all to the attention of one of my current student research. Okay. Let us look at a section whereby there are greeneries and there are even small streams. Or you can see everybody. Perhaps there are rocks over here, and perhaps there are bigger trees over here. All right. Now, we would like to introduce children here. So we have children. All right. So one of the research that is popular in people, place, relationship is on child-friendly environment. Okay. Why this is popular and much fit to the situation in Indonesia, Malaysia, in ASEAN country, because our country is still developing and there is a strong shift, migrants from the rural to the urban. As such, in Malaysia, the population of people living in urban are more than 70%. Okay. Therefore, there is a concern on how does this urban or perhaps the rural environment become a child-friendly environment, for which that it will lead to children's well-being. So this children's well-being is a part and parcel of SDG 11, right? For those who do not know SDG 11, it is a task as a researcher to go with this. Don't ask people. Go ahead and find first. Okay? All right. So here, one of my students, Sarah Nur Azlan, begin to see that what does this environment can serve, provide children to learn under the topic called natural learning. So when she reviewed literature, she come also another terminology we call environmental learning. Okay, so now let me ask you all. I want answer. If you all give the wrong answer, marvelous. If you all give the right answer, double marvelous. Okay. Is there any difference between natural learning and environmental learning? Give a guess. Recall yourself when you are 10 years old, 8 years old. I want answer. If no one answer, you cannot move forward. Guys, I have to tell you, but Dr. Wanurul and Dr. Rohaya and me, we present this. It's not. It's from our. We love because we are teachers. We love to share our knowledge. Therefore, we don't charge anything. It's free. Yeah. It's not easy actually, but therefore facilitate us by respond to my question. Is that different with natural learning and unstructured learning? If yes, why? If no, why? Because doing research is about putting the right question. So I repeat the question.
Please repeat the question, Professor. But I don't know it's just me or everyone. Your voice is not clearly.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Is it my participant? Is it the volume is not clear here?
It's not the volume, but I don't know. Your voice is a little bit blur, not clear like Dr. Rokaya or Dr. Wanuro. I don't know why. So I just can hear environmental learning. The first one I can hear clearly. I cannot.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you well from KL, Prof.
Look, see, I think a problem with you.
Okay.
How about student, other participants from Indonesia? Hey, listen, can I hear your voice? I can hear too. Okay, thank you. Okay, Putri, you answer my question. Is there a difference between natural learning and empirical learning? Putri? When you are young, when you are 6 to 10 years old, you go and climb a tree. All right. When you climb a tree, example, a rambutan tree, okay, and you discover that from far, when you come from your home, let's say this is your home, okay, then you travel until to reach this rambutan tree. Then you begin from far, you begin one rambutan tree, the fruit is red. The other rambutan tree, the fruit is green. Okay, now I'd like to ask you, if during your childhood, which one that you like to climb to get the fruit, the red or the green?
I would choose red, Prof.
Why is that?
It attracts my eye.
For what purpose is that? I see. This is research.
Yes.
Why is it? For what purpose?
Because to me, the red fruit represent more juicy.
Yes, meaning that red fruits mean buahnya sudah matang ya.
Yeah.
Betul? Yang hijaunya belum matang kan? Correct?
Yes.
So therefore, in science, under environmental psychology, or even in cognitive development of children, look for Nurul, when she was a child, Nurul see that I like to climb rambutan tree with red fruit. I will not climb rambutan tree with green fruit. That is one attribute that Nurul has. sensibility. So this sensibility, you learn it when you interact directly. Yeah, sensibility, right? Sensible, okay? Therefore, she will take red, rambutan tree. Avoid green rambutan tree. That process, knowing red get juicy fruit, green fruits are not ripened, not bukannya manis, ya. Yeah, that is called naturally. I see. You see, it takes me, I've been doing research on children for the past 17 years. Yeah. It takes me some time really to explain to you all what's meant by sensibility. Okay, hold on, guys. But if you were to go to kindergarten, all right, and the teacher will show you this is rambutan fruit, a picture. This is red, this is green. Okay, presume it's green, right? So this is power, this is sweet. That is called emergency learning. So which one that more impactful towards children learning, leading to their well-being? It's called experiential learning. You go and climb the tree. You see the green and the red, Loro will choose the red. That is decision making. That is part of natural. For which that I'm not learning part of the syllabus will not teach that. You get it? Yes, no? How about student for Indonesia?
Yes, Prof.
Okay, hold on. But I'm going to construct Mrs. Onion for this. So my student do not look at that, but do not look at naturalism only, but she will look at on ecological literacy, meaning that how does when she climbs the rambutan tree, there might be ants that also feeding on the fruit, the right fruit. So what is the relationship between the ants and the fruit? That relationship is called mutualism. All right? All right. But so why does ecological literacy is a concern? Simply because this is a gap. Most of the teaching of students are vicarious. Using books, video, open and e-pen, that's it. Children do not felt the strength of the wind. Children do not smell the fruit. Children do not hold the insects ants on their hand. Children do not know that when the fruit is green is sour. What is meant by sour? They do not know it. But ecology, these are the things that is missing now, particularly in children's in urban environment. Because why? Most of the education system for children are catered for to get grade A, not to really understand about the sensibility of children. This is the thing that she would do it. Okay, now let me show you how she constructs racist onion. So her big picture is okay. Can someone check in the dictionary the meaning of literacy and type in the chat? Can someone now, one person, go and search in dictionary the meaning of literacy? Why I ask that? I have encountered many times that even sometimes this is not well defined. Okay. So we go to the first, we begin with the ecosystem. When you got ecology, it points to ecosystem. Right? Ecosystem of what? Of biological, biophysical environment. Okay. And then it merges into so when you talk about you bring children outside, children when they go outside, they do not differentiate between play and learning. Most children, I think Dr. Nurul has children, right? Okay, if you all have children, when you bring outside, everything is about play. They don't bother about learning, right? But then when you begin to do literature, there is always this relationship between play and learning. All right? And can you all see this one? Is it too small? Can you all see?
I can see it, Professor, and play and learning.
No, something wrong here. Okay, from play and learning, all right? Therefore, there are this, when you play and learn, it's about active, freely active. Okay, from one teacher you find that. Then you get one more here, very important, unstructured. This is one thing that children want. Unstructured, uncontrolled. Why? Most modern mothers, parents, especially mothers, when they bring their children outside, okay, we're going to play outside 45 minutes. 45 minutes, look at your watch, 45 minutes. First you go to this, then you go to that, then you plan the depth structure, and then you go down, then we go home. It's all structured. Children hate that. Therefore, when children come into this environment, for which I showed in this section, most research found that children love to engage in unstructured environment. Meaning that ecosystem through the eyes of children is unstructured environment. You all get that? Therefore, therefore, this unstructured environment, you need to find the meaning in literature and write in your own words, as what Dr. Raya and Dr. Nurul mentioned just now. Don't take for granted that people know this. You've got to define it. Unstructured. Example just now, we go back to Dr. Nurul now. When she see the tree, she would like to plant the rambutan tree with red fruit. If the rambutan tree with red fruit, the branch system is similarly 100% like the green one? No. There's no single tree in the world similar to others. This is where the difference with what we have been experiencing for urban people. When they go to a playground, they climb rope play equipment. Is manufactured. All 100% the same. They play with Lego. Each and every Lego is the same. But there's no one tree similar structures as another tree. That is called unstructured environment. So you got to define it. It looks obvious, right? It's true. That's why doing research, sometimes it's obvious things. You are looking for obvious. And you're going to point it is obvious. Yeah. Why is obvious? Yeah. Okay. But many it could be a dubious. But why it becomes obvious? This is the reason. Okay. How do I get this? It takes me many years to understand this. Right? Hold on, guys. Are you all still with me?
Of course, Prof.
Okay, thank you. Unstructured, right? And then we have direct contact. Yeah. You and when a child from here to the house go across the stream, we thought that they would like to cross over a footbridge. No. Sometimes they like to walk in the stream. Direct contact. Why? You ask again the child, what is the difference between the stream and swimming pool that you have experienced during the weekend? What is the answer? Can you all give an answer? What is the difference between a stream, sungai, stream and swimming pool? What's the difference? Both are the same water, right? But there's one thing different. What is it?
The stream is natural, and the swimming pool is man-made.
I want a property of stream and swimming pool. Anybody? From Indonesia, are you with us?
Natural.
Agustin? I like cooperation, guys, please. When you speak, then I can sense, I can know what you want from this lecture, or how much you understand it. If not, I cannot gauge you where you are now. Please speak up. I don't want only look fit to speak, because she attended my lecture more than 10 times already. Many times. Can I see the others? Can you see the name? Yulani? Oh, yes. How about Ardiana Yuli Puspitasari? What is the difference between stream and swimming pool? Guys, please reply at the end. Are you still with us, Adriana? Okay, she's not here. How about Ibarina Emeron? How about Faruz Izzat? How about Karim? Yeah. Farhin Ain Ismail.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
I'm Farin.
Yeah, I know.
Farin, Prof, I think what are differences between between stream and swimming pool? I think stream is created by Allah.
Okay, not that. Not that.
Okay, and some of what?
Children, don't bother about that.
Okay. Uh, stream just like natural water.
Children, don't bother about that.
Okay.
It's true. It's in science. It's that. I'm not putting down that it's created by Allah. Of course, everybody knows it, right? But the children, it doesn't count. The children look at properties, functional properties. Okay, never mind. Okay, P3.
All right. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. P3. Oh, clarity. Okay. Okay, hold on. There's a sentence here. I like to. There's the flow. Hold on. The river, a pool offers little resistance to your stroke. It's about being in motion. Yes. Yeah, the streams, the water flows around the body. The swimming pool is stagnant. How do I know that? It's come from my research. Yes. Why you like to swim the stream? The water flows over my body. But in swimming pool, no, it's just stagnant. I don't enjoy that much. I love to be in the stream. You see? That's called direct contact. Now, guys. So when you're going to look at this equality, should you just review the literature, or should you, in order to continue to get better, you go and see the children direct contact with the stream? It's true. You cannot just asking them question. It doesn't work. You have to be with them in the stream. Ask them while they are playing in the stream, what do you feel about it? That is a real data. That is called method. All right? Okay. Now, and just now, sensibility is what sensorial. Okay. Now we go to enlarge this onion to outdoor environment. Can you all see my handwriting? Yes, is it yes?
Yes, Prof.
Right. Okay, thank you. So when you allow children to go outdoor, they gain a lot of adventure, a lot of opportunity. Yeah. Then they see that they can move in motion. It's about dynamics. So this one is about movement. Movement will lead to play. So therefore, when you define children about ecology, it's not just learning, it's about play. So you need to define what is play then, what children learn with the environment. Meaning that the play alone, if you get from dictionary, that is wrong. You must define the play in the context of what you are doing. In my research, when I do research on children, I wrote 20 pages in my thesis the meaning of play that relates to children. Yes. Okay. Right. And then you can also look at outdoor environment to children are endless diversity. There's no single tree similar to others. Okay. In here, the endless diversity is that this student found that when children would like to find earthworm for a bait, for making bait to catch snake head fish, ikan haruan, ikan gabus, yeah. Therefore, where do they find the presence of the earthworm? The presence of the worm is under a banana tree. Therefore, they search for banana tree. Under the tree, they will dig the earthworm. That is called naturally, right? So therefore here, this onion, it begins with ecosystem, then you enlarge to play environment and learning, then you enlarge to outdoor environment. This is part of literature. This is called discursive prose. Okay, can you go back to slide just now? Okay. So when you do this literature review, you can define problems. You can find problems. Of course, you can refine your gap. Okay. Then you can construct your theoretical framework, including you're able to find what method, as I said just now. If you want to know about children, you have to be direct engagement with the children. That direct contact, therefore, there's one method we call phenomenological method, right? You even can illustrate to construct your research paradigm, okay, from your literature review. Therefore, literature review is a denominator, it's the base, it's the track, it's the path, right, of your thesis. Okay, next. Okay. Next, I'd like to go to straight exercise. One exercise. Go ahead, next. All right. This is a short paragraph from my current student in semester 2. He is from Batukalo, Sri Lanka, Madam Raju. Okay. He just presented his research proposal 2 weeks ago and passed in excellence. So I'd like you all, someone to read this. Can someone read for the class now? Can someone? Participant, can someone volunteer to read this? Can you all hear me?
Doctor, I can read it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Urbanization is a rapid increase in population growth and the development of cities.
You must from China, right? You come from China, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I think your translation reflects that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It is reflection of human activities affecting the land that has been threatened by enormous pressure from population growth.
Okay,
Rapid.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay.
You see the second sentence, it is a reflection of human activity affecting the land that has been threatened by enormous pressure from human growth. Hamad 2020, right? That Hamad 2020 is very recent, correct? Student, is it right? Very recent article, right?
Yes, Prof.
Thank you. Yeah. Now, why Hamad is at end of sentence, not at the beginning of sentence? Why that citation? That sentence is the word paraphrased by Madan. And Madan put Hamad 2020 at the end of the sentence, not at the beginning. Why is that? Anybody? It is because this knowledge presented on affecting the land, yeah, enormous project from population growth is not a new thing, right? But Hamad got it from someone before, okay? Or he from his sisters, he review others. Therefore, this thing is keep on with adding. So it's not a pioneer knowledge. Therefore, it is called knowledge prominence. Sentences that state knowledge prominence, the citation is at the end of the sentence. In contrast, when you get from a pioneer research, because terminal authors, for which that the prominence is author prominence, the citation begins at the beginning of the sentence. You know, all you may not know this because many supervisors also do not know this. If they are not very particular in writing good pieces. Okay, continue reading.
Rapid urban growth is generally related to and driven by the concentration of population in an area.
Yes.
It is a process of a country's development, which has more benefits and also effects that lead to the unsustainable and disparate development of the built-up region.
Yes.
The enormous urban growth reached more than half of the world's urban population in the first decade of the 21st century.
Okay, good. Right.
Rapid urban growth is not only increasing in the developed countries, but it is also growing more in developing countries such as China, India, and Bangladesh. The Asian country has large urban hubs, which have urban hubs, which has been growing to recent decades that is expected to hold a milestone in 2015.
Yes, thank you. All right. What's your name again?
My name is Li Xiangyu.
Li Shan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What is this subject of this paragraph?
My subject is transportation plan.
Of this, what you are reading.
Oh, okay.
Subject of inquiry.
Okay. Wait a moment. I guess this subject is about the urbanization.
I think true. I think yes. Yeah. So this one is happening in Sri Lanka, urbanization. True. Okay, now are the references relevant? Hamad, Goldie, Jet et al. And the other one is 2015. We have 2015, 2008, 2017, and 2020. Yeah, is it relevant? It is relevant because they are quite new, right? Yes. Therefore, guys, for you all to define your research problem, get a current literature review. Okay, thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, someone read this. Other than our friend from China, can someone read this? Indonesian, please. Can I get cooperation for Indonesia? Dr. Nurul, can you read this, Dr. Nurul?
Okay, Prof.
Okay, go ahead.
Active engagement and rigorous interaction with surroundings allow children to understand about nature, particularly plants and animals, and figure out its relationship.
Yeah,
The richness and diverse of outdoor environment offers more opportunities for exploration and discovery.
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, there
And
are three
three on this year.
citations, right?
3 citations, yes.
Three references. Thank you. Next, and
And learning corresponding to behavioral patterns and preferences for children to gain knowledge about the world they live.
okay. That
Therefore,
sentence alone, that's a long sentence. How many references to construct that sentence?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6,
1,
2, 3,
2,
4,
3,
4,
4, 5.
4,
Bawah.
5. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, then therefore, children that spend significant time in nature show a greater commitment to protect the nature
Uh-huh.
and know better about the environment in which it develops the children to gain knowledge, values, and concern, motivate and commit to participate in the environment they live.
Okay.
Therefore,
Okay,
yes,
that sentence, I'd like to ask you, why does Saula 2007 is in the middle of sentence, not at the end of sentence, or not at the beginning?
are you asking me, Prof, or the
Yes.
students need to put?
Yeah, student, yes, student, not Dr. Nurul. Thank you, Dr. Nurul. Okay. Student, you would like to learn. That's why you attend this class. No answer again. That's why I do not like to teach online.
Online, yes.
Can I get answer, guys? Okay, the question is, why does Saula is cited in the middle of sentence, not at the end?
May I, Prof, please?
Go ahead.
Okay. Then why in the middle? The citation in the middle is the Kaula just right or something. The children they spend significant until to protect the nature, and I think the other word is
From the author.
yeah is the other
From the
the
student, yes.
researcher the researcher make a conclusion the odd word and not from Kaula, I think.
Okay. Dr. Nurul, can you give the feedback?
Again, Prof?
Give your feedback whether what has been mentioned in Luke is right.
Yes. Okay. Chawla only pointed out that the children spent time in nature show a greater commitment.
Yes.
And then the researcher or the student explained further on at the end of the sentence.
Yes.
And then in the last sentence of the paragraph,
Yes.
the researcher conclude the whole the whole context of the from line 1 until the whole paragraph basically.
Okay. Okay. Look, see, can you underline, therefore playing in nature helps children? Can you underline that? Look, see, can you underline that?
Tanya, can you help me to underline
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the last sentence, yeah.
the
Can
last
you highlight or you underline it?
Fahri, you can stop the presenting and highlight the last word.
You need to enable editing first there.
The last sentence, therefore playing in nature,
Ah, yes, thank you. All right.
highlight.
You see, this is one of my students. Actually, it's a student that look at on the curriculum. Therefore, play in nature helps children to obtain satisfaction and contribute to the environment and understanding and experience. Therefore, this is her own word, for which that she deduced. Here comes it. She deduced from analyzing the from Chawla to the other 5 authors, she come to this deduction. So this become a path for her to do research. Playing in nature helps children to obtain satisfaction and contribute to the environmental understanding and experience. So this becomes a proposition. I like to write it on the board here. Okay, so proposition is a thing that you can write in your literature review. And this proposition becomes the guide to your research. Okay, all right. So it takes, to construct this short paragraph, you have to read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 articles of chapters in order to construct this. Therefore, it takes time. It takes time. Therefore, for those who are about to engage PhD, PhD is a tough nut crack. PhD is not walk in the park. If you feel that you can spend just 2 hours, wait, it takes you 10 years to finish it. Okay? If you feel that you really like to do PhD within, let's say, 3 to 5 years, you better spend 8 hours a day. I'm not kidding. Yeah, I have students, I have 17 now, because I did mention to them. And few of them are about to end up without finishing their PhD. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Number 6, can I go next? Slide number 6. Slide number 6. I think the post is a problem here. Like the next slide. The next slide. The reason just now that I don't the system before, now I have a Rafi. Perhaps I will do it. The host, can you not let me post it? Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. Just now we read that just now, right? Okay, now I like to jump a bit. When you do the picture, you must connect what you have written. You must connect what you have written with what you have found, and do inference, meaning do interpretation. So this interpretation is put in your discussion, in your chapter result and discussion. This is the things that you found in your research. Okay, just now we read what Dr. Nurul read. Now we read what the author has written. Okay, can Dr. Nurul read this one, discussion?
Okay, the discussion, the result shows that the highest percentage with 53% were interacting with animals compared to plants with 47%. It revealed that children are more exciting to engage with animals because of the way animals move, interact, and communicate.
Okay. Yeah, you see, even animals communicate. Okay, go ahead. I'll read it for them.
Okay, from the observation, children showed their interest towards animal. For instance, children look for small insects in unexpected places, dig in the soil and lifted a rock to find worms, and check out the leaves of oil palm tree to find palm centipede. Although plants do not move or interact the way animals do, it revealed that plants still ignite children's curiosity and interest.
You see, This is what she found, curiosity and interest, right?
Yes.
Is part of discovery, correct? Because in above sentence, exploration and discovery. Can you see about in black? Now in red, curiosity and interest, correct?
Yeah.
Is it? Can you all see the relationship between what is in the literature view, what she discussed? Okay. Next.
Okay. Through play, children were tending to interact with animals and plants that triggered their curiosity, exploration, and discovery.
Okay, hold on. So curiosity, exploration, and discovery. I think this one she need to cite. Okay, you go back to the paragraph in black. Which reference that she should cite here under sentence through play, children tending to interact with animals and plants that trigger curiosity, exploration, and discovery. Which sentence? Which references that she should cite it? Student? I don't think you understand what I'm trying to get you on. Oh, you just got to attend it. Oh, penat ni. Can I get student from Malaysia? Nabiha?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Kamu tahu apa soalan saya?
Sorry, apa dia tak dengar?
Okay, tak apa. Can I find another person who have who's that from China just now? Okay, guys, never mind. All right. I like to tell you. You see, through play in the red, children are tending to interact with the animals and plants, trigger their curiosity, exploration, and discovery. This has been done many years. So you can cite those in 2016, 2013, 2004, even Trenter and Malone, because I know Malone personally. That. Therefore, she can cite it. Therefore, at the end of that sentence, she needs to put at least 3 authors. What does that mean? It means that curiosity, exploration, discovery, she again and again found the same. That strengthens the knowledge. Okay. Okay. This is. Can I continue? Let's continue reading.
Okay.
This is.
This is because the nature built interest in the diversity, beauty, and joy of natural life, as well as an understanding of the interrelationship of living things.
Yeah.
Bullock, 1994.
Right.
Okay, and then as children interact and explore of animals and plants, children able to discover that animals and plants need food, water, and depend on other living things in their environment and non-living things in their environment to meet their needs and survive.
Yes. So you look at the last sentence, actually is so obvious. It is obvious. But how to make it obvious? And that is why you need to do an exploratory. This is an exploratory. So can you go to the next slide, please? Next slide. Okay. Okay. This will be. I'm tired because I'm not responding very well. So therefore, I'm going to stop it a bit. Literature review is a body of information that has conceptual relevance for a particular topic of research or inquiry. A critical look at the existing research. Yes, you need to be critical. I think that's now Dr. Nurul mentioned, right? It is not a summary or an bibliography. I mentioned it, right? It is synthesizing a subject from a set of previous studies in your own sense, in your own words. I mentioned it. Therefore, you have to evaluate the work of others, show relationship between different works, and show how it relates to your work. Right? Okay, can someone read this short paragraph? Can someone? Read it.
I can They hear me?
Okay, can you all hear him?
Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Thermal resilience in an urban outdoor context has relatively more influencing factors than indoors. Although it is highly controlled by climate and geographical factors, there is a wide range of urban factors affecting urban microclimate, temperature, wind and humidity, and thermal perception. Diverse subjects are being evaluated under this topic. For example, urban form. It is also referred to as a morphology, geometry, and density of a city. Colony 1996, Emmanuel and Fernando 2007. High rise and high density cities typically generated high turbulence in their deep street canyons, affecting the wind pattern at the pedestrian level. Yang et al. 2013.
Okay, what is this inquiry about? Authority.
It's more on the I think thermal resilience.
Thermal resilience and thermal perception, right?
Yes.
Okay. What parameters that were measured in this study?
I think including the other factors like climate, geographicals, like temperature, wind and humidity, urban climate, microclimate.
Actually, is looking at temperature, wind, and humidity. Therefore, from literature review, you can get the parameters, right? Yes. Okay, thank you, guys. All right. I'd like to stop here because it's very exhausting. I don't expect that that kind of low participation from you all. Never mind. Perhaps we can continue this another session. I don't think we can complete this within one session, right? Thank you guys for your cooperation. However, I'd like to show you one interlude here. Can Lucy show the interlude?
Already the interlude, the second presentation and second slide.
Okay, guys. Okay, go and read this. Tell what is the moral of this short story.
May I try, please?
Go ahead, read.
To my grandson, there was a story female scientist who watched a butterfly struggle to wiggle out of its cocoon. Taking pity on the insect, she made a tiny slit on the shell of the cocoon to help it. The butterfly soon emerged, but its wings were not fully developed, and it was unable to fly and died soon after. The struggle strengthened the body and spirit.
Okay.
I remember.
Okay. The next story is another story. Okay.
The another story. I remember this article where we as birds silkworms in the farmhouse I grew up. My mother, your great grandmother, also raised chicken, and I noticed the mother hen never pecked at an unhatched egg to help the chick get out. While others broke the shell and picked their way out. All the while, the hen sat on it until the chick pecked its own way out and gasped for air.
Okay. What's the moral of the story? Not Lucy, others. What do you learn from these two stories?
If the others not answer, may I please?
May I try, Prof?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think what the more is that it shows us that everything takes time to grow to something beautiful or something meaningful like that.
You have to put your own effort, right?
Yes, that's true.
How does this story relate to your doing PhD, Nabiha?
Maybe
right now, right?
yes. Maybe we need to learn more and more, and it takes some time for a while to make it perfectly.
So you have to struggle first, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yes. Therefore, you should not rely on your supervisor totally, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, you not do that, right? Don't ask your supervisor whether I'm doing it right or wrong. No. If your supervisor say, this is right, this is wrong, that is supposed to listen. But if he give you another question, pose a very powerful, relevant question, he did a right job. Meaning that you have to find your own way out. Yeah, the struggle strengthens the body and spirit. Okay, thank you guys for your attendance today. Hopefully that you all have next time look be able to come construct another session. But actually, my first plan is this. After this, I'd like to call two of my students who presented their research proposal. Excellently, two of them. One from Georgia, the other is Batu Kalo, Sri Lanka, that you have read just now. So both of their proposals are excellent. So I like to show this proposal how they construct it and how they define the problem and construct the method and begin to show what the expert finding. The examiners were very delighted by both of them because it shows the rigorousness of doing research proposal. Okay, so hopefully we can, Ikira can prepare perhaps after Ramadan, because before Ramadan it's difficult for me to, because I cannot drink. Therefore, sometimes I like to, because we are not so cooperative, or at least at this answer. So after Ramadan, okay. So thank you guys. Hopefully everybody take care and selamat berbuka puasa. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Professor.
Bukan ni. Oh, tak ada complete. Ada complete. Sama juga kat Korea. Korea dia respect dia profesor macam general. Oh. So but they cannot say no. What instructed you have to do. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.